Shocking Coco Gauff fires back after. Racism fuel clash. Talent doesn't need skin color to win. It began as a match. Like any other, a packed arena, roaring, fans, flashing cameras, an electric hum of anticipation that always follows. Coco Gauff, the 21-year-old tennis phenom whose mix of power, poise, and passion has captivated the world. But on this particular night, something felt different. The match was intense. Not just on the scoreboard, but in the air itself. You could sense it. Tension, beyond competition. The kind that isn't about tennis, but something deeper, uglier, something that still haunts even the most beautiful moments in sports. By the time it was over, Coco Gauff had not only won a battle on court, she had ignited a firestorm off it. A controversy rooted in prejudice. A message that shook the tennis world. And a quote that would echo far beyond the sport itself. Talent doesn't need skin, color to win. The match that started it. Oh, it was a semifinal of a major international tournament. The kind of event where legends are made. Gauff was facing a top European rival, a player known for a power and fiery competitiveness. The match began evenly, both athletes trading heavy baseline, blows, and tactical brilliance. But midway through the second set, the atmosphere turned sour as Gauff chased down a drop shot and unleashed a stunning cross-court winner. A section of the crowd erupted, not with cheers, but with jeers. A voice rang out sharp and cutting. It wasn't about her performance. It wasn't about the game. It was personal. It was racist. Security moved quickly, and the individual was escorted out, but the damage was done. The energy in the stadium shifted. The cameras caught Coco's expression. Not anger, not tears, but something far stronger. Resolve. She didn't retaliate. She didn't argue. She simply straightened her back, stepped to the baseline, and held serve with 3 consecutive aces. And when she won 6-2, for 7-5, she didn't celebrate. She walked to the net, shook her opponent's hand, and then lifted her head to face the audience. There was silence. Then she spoke. Coco's words that shook the stadium, microphone in hand. Coco didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. Her calmness carried the weight of centuries. I heard what was said, and to that, I'll just say this. Talent doesn't need skin color to win. The crowd gasped. The commentators fell silent for a brief, almost sacred moment. Time froze. Then came a thunder's ovation, not just for her victory, but for her courage. It wasn't just a statement. It was a declaration of identity, pride, and truth. Coco continued, "You can question my serve, my tactics, my game. That's tennis. But you don't get to question who I am or what I've worked for. My wins aren't about color. They're about consistency, character, and heart." By the end of her impromptu speech, many in the crowd were standing. The applause grew into a roar. Cameras captured fans crying, players nodding, and journalists frankly typing. Coco Gauff had once again transformed a tennis court into a stage for something larger than sport. The fallout, a divided reaction. Within hours, the clip went viral across platforms: Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. Millions watched, rewatched, and shared Coco's defiant message. Headlines exploded. Coco Gauff's brave response to racist abuse stuns the sports world. Talent over color. Gauff speaks for a generation. Tennis icon in the making. Coco's words resonate beyond the court. Athletes, celebrities, and activists around the world chimed in. LeBron James posted, "Speak truth, young queen crown. That's how change begins." Serena Williams wrote, proud doesn't even begin to cover it. I see myself in that fire. Even Billie Jean King, one of tennis's original trailblazers, shared. Coco reminded the world what courage looks like: calm, strong, and utterly undeniable. But as always happens when truth confronts ignorance, there were critics, too. Some claimed she overreacted. Others said she brought politics into sport, to which one fan replied perfectly in a viral tweet: if racism ended the match uninvited, then confronting it isn't politics, it's survival. Behind the scenes, what really happened in Coco's mind? Later in a candid post-match interview, Coco revealed the depth of what she felt in that moment. It hurt, yeah, but not because I haven't heard it before. It hurt because I thought we were past that. I was focused on the game, and suddenly something tried to pull me out of it. I could have gotten angry. I could have walked off, but I decided to let my racket and my words do the talking. She paused and added softly, every time I step on that court, I represent something bigger. My family, my community, my country, and I won't let hate rewrite my story. Her coach later shared that during the changeover, she sat quietly, eyes closed, repeating a single phrase under her breath: focus on truth, not noise. That became her fuel. That became her weapon. The historical weight of her words. Coco's quote, talent doesn't need skin color to win, instantly join a long legacy of defiance and dignity in sports. It echoed Jackie Robinson's grace under fire. It mirrored Muhammad Ali's unapologetic pride. Coco's reflection, choosing grace over anger, in an emotional sit-down interview a week later. Coco spoke more deeply about what the moment meant to her. I think sometimes people forget we're human. They see athletes, trophies, fame, but we still feel the sting of ignorance. I just don't want the next generation of players, no matter their color, to feel smaller because of it. When asked why, she responded with calm instead of confrontation. She smiled gently because peace makes people listen longer than rage. I wanted them to hear me, not just see me. That's when she added the now famous closing line that would headline articles everywhere. I don't want to be remembered as a girl who fought hate with hate. I want to be remembered as a woman who turned into strength. The legacy of that night, months later, that night still lingers in tennis memory. Not for the scoreline, but for the statement. It marked the moment Coco Gauff officially transcended her sport. She became not just a champion, but a change maker, a voice of a generation who refuses to let prejudice define excellence. Young fans around the world began quoting her words. Athletes from other disciplines referenced her courage, and in doing so, Coco unknowingly became a bridge connecting struggle to strength and strength to purpose. Her victory became more than a trophy. It became testimony. Final reflection, the light that burns brighter. Every era in sport has its defining moments, the ones wherein athletes' response to adversity reshapes how we see them. For Coco Gauff, that night was her moment. She didn't just silence hate, she educated it. She didn't just win a match, she redefined what victory means. And perhaps the most powerful truth of all is this: she didn't let racism make her smaller, she made it powerless. Her quote continues to echo: talent doesn't need skin color to win. Simple, powerful, unforgettable. Coco Gauff proved that night that greatness isn't about what you're born with, it's about what you choose to rise above. And as the world applauded her poise, one thing became clear: she didn't just play tennis, she played history and won. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next